And we're live recording right now on Twitch, guys, every single Thursday morning at, I think we're back to 9:30 Eastern, I think, if I'm correct. Hirsch, are we still at
that would be 8:30, sir.
8:30, yep, that's how good I'm going. Clocks are hard, people, dead set. We're up and about. Please smash that subscribe button. It really, really helps us grow the channel. Thumbs up, all the reactions, all the fun stuff. We do check them. Please. It really, really helps the channel grow, and that's really what it's all about. So thank you so much for all your support. We really, really appreciate it. Got our boy Hirsch here. Hello, Hirsch. How are you, buddy? Morning. It's good to have you here, bud.
Yeah, man, not too bad. The sands are a little cold this time of year. You know, you never imagine it could be chilly on a desert planet, but winter gets a little rough.
Yeah, it is. It is. Our boy Lego's just stuck at work still at the moment, guys. He's just really under the pump with a new job, so can't join us today. He'll be back next week, though. So make no mistake, he will be here. Popped in as well on Friday on the Grizzly just for a bit as well to hang out because he missed last week. But our boy Lego is up against it this time of year, but he'll be back with us very, very soon. Hell of a lot, Hirsch. Going down, mate. Big announcements.
30 months with the big boy,
big releases.
Baby stash on eggs.
About...
I love you, man. Less than 3.
We're up and about. That boy Sweet's come back. It's great to have you here, brother. Yeah, we've got it all happening. We had of course, the Road Ahead released. Yesterday. Yours and my time. Crazy stuff. Lots of information, lots of cool stuff coming. More information on the TB. But there's one thing that we need to talk about, Hershey. There's one thing that we need to talk about.
Just one?
Well, there's one thing that I need to clarify that I'm very, very happy about. I'm a very, very happy boy right now because the channel has certainly given me some crazy goals to chase recently. Of course, we've had some sub goals where I've had to upgrade some wild and wonderful and stupid characters.
You're talking about all your stupid R9s.
Yes, lots and lots of dumb Relic 9 upgrades. You know, really, really important materials. Honestly, for crap characters, that's what the whole idea is. Well, dead set. I had no inside knowledge, but we got some information with the new TB that there is a buff to 2 characters that I've got up and about. Bodhi Rook is at Relic 9. He gets a huge light side boost in the new territory battle. And of course, we did it for a while because he's Australian. My boy, Ben Mendelsohn, good old Mendo, up and about. Director Krennic gets a huge pump as well. Man, I didn't see this coming. Are you disappointed? Because it was supposed to be a joke.
I think it's awesome.
It was supposed to be a joke, Hirsch, but it sort of blew up. It really did. I'm pretty pumped to see what they can do.
I think it's really cool. You know, you're going to be, on the cutting edge of being able to try out these characters with their buffs at their highest potential. So, it'll be really fun to see what they can actually do because right now they're still shit.
They are exactly that. So
doesn't matter the mods and the R9s they got, their kits are bad.
So it was only a week ago that we did Relic Night. Like, actually, no, it was on the Gridsy. So it was maybe just under a week ago. It was about 4 or 5 days. We did all 3 at Relic 9. So we did IG-86, the really crap droid that everyone's got at the bottom of their roster. We did that one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that one got done. We also had to do Eith Koth as well. Not great, but better. And, of course, we had to do Bodhi Rook. So 1 down, 2 to go is the best way to put it, Hirsch. Now I'm hoping, okay, because we know that Afra's coming. And Afra is certainly on the way, and she buffs droids. We do know that she's certainly going to have some droid synergy. She's going to be, of course, summoning the commando droid. That we have some fun with in Geonosis. She's going to summon that in GAC as well, not just in the TBs and stuff, which is pretty cool. I reckon it's going to be absolutely fantastic. Could IG-86 get some love, or am I really just hoping?
This man's really asking for an IG-86 touch-up or just like a comeback from all the way out of left field to work with Afra. Like, who in their right mind is actually sitting at their desk at CG right now like, oh, yeah, IG-86 about to make the comeback, baby. Nobody's gonna expect it. Nobody, not a single soul.
I'm sitting here thinking, if
It's
you're
like at least all these other characters have some sort of very sort of niche love out there. IG-88's got that weird story about how he planned to take over the Death Star, and him and a bunch of other assassin droids were on the Death Star when it blew up. Like, there's all sorts of little stories out there. I ain't never heard nothing about an IG-86 droid.
I'm holding out hope that there's someone behind a desk there is going, Heinzie, I got you. That's what I'm hoping. And
no, they should look at that and say, we don't do that here.
We don't do that here.
No.
That's fantastic. I love it. It's great. All right, let's get down to it. We got some serious stuff to talk about, all jokes aside. And of course, we got our...
we need to talk about the Roadhead.
We do have to talk about the Roadhead. Anniversary gifts. Had a look through those. Everything's pretty cool. Okay, now the Omicron one's got me a bit confused. I look at this and I read it as one mat. That's how I read it. Okay, now I may be wrong. It may be a full upgrade, but to me, it looks like just one mat. If you have a look underneath, it's got Zeta times 25, right? So I see Zeta times 25. That's 25. It's one single mat.
See, I read it as it is one Omicron value. So every Omicron that's been released, I believe, has required 20 Omicron mats. So basically, they're giving you enough for one Omicron. It just takes 20 mats. You don't need any of the other stuff. They don't have to worry about compiling it all together. It's just, there you go.
I'm hoping I'm hoping it's one full upgrade, but reading it there, if you have a look, Omega times 15, that's 15 mats, right? 15 gold mats.
Yeah.
Zeta times 25, right?
Those all are used in different varying values across different stages of the game. So I guess that's why they're actually specifically like numerically valued, whereas Omicrons are only ever used in a set of 20.
Yeah, I get it, but I think it should say ability material Omicron times 20 in that case. That's the way I read it. I don't know, but I read it as you're getting one.
I definitely agree. I'm trying to hope on the bright side that it's their new thing that's out for this year. Typically they try and give something of that free, with it, being the anniversary gift.
Yeah. Well, we used to
want everybody to access it.
Well, we did, of course, get a Zeta upgrade. I mean, that's what you're getting. You're basically getting, more than a Zeta upgrade, right? I honestly think that with so many characters now, right? So many characters in this game, every single one of them new releases, all the new releases, all needing Omicrons. You've got, Ben Swallow who needs 3, Inquisitors need just a crap ton of them. They really do. And we know they're pushing Inquisitors so hard. I think giving out 20 mats or one full upgrade, in my opinion, I don't think that's too much to ask. You're making some serious coin out of these things anyway, guys. I don't hate being that guy that goes, more, jumping up and down. I just think that lately we've been kicked in the nuts a bit as a community. I just think that would have been a really nice thing to do. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, we'll just have to wait and see with that one, Hirsch. But overall, mate, the rest of it's all pretty good. I mean, that's really the only complaint. I mean, there's plenty of other gear through here with everything else. Good. There's none of the new mod upgrades. Is it the attenuators? I'm sorry. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. The high-end mods.
Sure.
I think they call the attenuators.
I think they're attenuators.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the attenuators would have been nice to have some of them because, I mean, honestly, it's a lottery anyway, using them, honestly. In a lot of cases, you get, you might hit a defense and then you get a drop for less defense, So, I think that some attenuators, just so that we can have a bit of fun with our mods, would have been a nice touch too. But
even just 5.
Yeah,
even not a full one to like get a free slice, just 5.
Yeah.
Something to get you close if you needed some.
Yeah.
Or maybe you get there with that 5. That would be nice.
Yeah. And look, we're probably being picky here. Let's be honest. I mean, hey, anything we get is great. Shouldn't complain.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be
honest.
Beggars
can't be choosers by any means, that's for sure.
I'm just saying that in hindsight, given the opportunity, now seeing the list of what we're getting, it would be great to have those included. That's all I'm saying. But I'm certainly not being one of those guys that goes jumping up and down, this is not freaking good enough. it just would have been, icing on the cake. That's probably all I'm trying to say. But anyway.
Yeah, just sort of top the glass off a little bit.
Let us know in the comments below. Are we off the mark or are we on the mark? Let us know what you guys think. We'd love to hear your opinion. TB update. Huge updates. A lot more information coming through with the new TB. 24-hour phases again. We're back to 24-hour phases, Hirsch. 6 phases. No rest for the wicked with this one. Gonna run at the same time, of course, as the other TBs. You can select it separately. So you can run it basically every single time a TB is active, you can run the new one. All the top end guilds are going to be doing that, of course. I'm in one of those, so we're going to be sort of at the, one of the guilds at the pointy end of it. It's certainly going to be, of course, a big challenge. They're saying that, if you're finishing Darkside GOTB, if you're getting 20 plus stars in light side, that's about the level that you want to be attacking the new one at. And I mean, I'm okay with that because I think that, they normally hike up the power to the point that at that level, if you go in less than that, you just can't bloody do anything. You just can't complete any phases, Hirsch. They've definitely, scaled it to that kind of level. So, again, are you okay with that, Hirsch? Is this something that, I think you're in a casual guild now, aren't you? So I don't think you'll be jumping into the new TB, will you? Or will you possibly, move if that's the case? Or what should people do,
Nah, what's TB, sir? We ain't made it past like phase 2 unless I'm completing phase 1. Hoth is a lot of fun, I tell you what.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty crazy. Downside with 24-hour phases is still tough for mixed time zone guilds. Yeah,
definitely. That was going to be what I was going to say. The 24-hour phases is going to be rough going back to that. It seems like it's going to be somewhat accessible for some of the like mid-tier. I don't want to say that in like a derogatory way, but like kind of some of the smaller guilds that are, maybe they're not fully maxing out light side TB, but yeah, they're getting up towards the 20 stars and they're doing like they're maxing out dark side. I think it's still going to be probably better to do this new TB to get the new rewards because you're probably going to get more out of the new TB than you do the old ones.
Generally, we found that when they bring a new TB along, the lowest level rewards are the same as almost the highest level in the other TBs. So it makes sense to go for it. But of course, even more so now with the release of a brand new guild event currency, the Get 3. So you're actually going to be getting new currency as well for participating in this. And of course, guilds are going to be wanting to go after that hard. Of course, depending on what's in that store. Now, I don't know.
It'll be something good. You'll need as much to get 3 as you can get.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's going to be, but you think about it over time, the characters that have been like released into the Get 1 or Get 2 currencies.
Yeah.
Majorly impactful.
Yeah, that's it. Absolutely. So, and the Get 3, I personally see is definitely going to be, of course, the new thing to achieve. I mean, again, depending on what it will reward, I would expect as a minimum at the gear scale, I think that we're going to be finally getting the stuff in there that's like gear 12 to gear 12 plus type material. Those, of course, are not going to be affected.
The right side stuff.
Yeah, all the right side, the gear 12 plus, which we all know is a little bit of a speed hump for a lot of people with their rosters these days, getting characters from gear 12 to relic level. So I would like to certainly see the Get 3 material in there to help boost the likelihood and chances of getting that material. But yeah, we're certainly going to have to wait and see what else is involved in it. We of course have no idea yet. There might be an exclusive character in there. They've done that before, of course, haven't they, Hirsch?
I'd be willing to bet they'll end up dropping an exclusive character or unit, be it a ship or a character.
Yeah.
In that store at some point.
Yeah. So it'll be
maybe their next not necessarily epic confrontation, but something similar to that level to where you need to get the Get 3 to get it.
Oh, I like it. So, yeah, we're going to have to see and wait and see what we get. Hopefully, it'll be something good. And normally it is. When you think about it, I mean, in the past, some of the, the Get releases, of course, well, our boy Wampa was, one of the earlier ones.
Wampa? Hoda. That was the first 2.
Hermit Yoda, yep. And then we had, of course, the
Gas and Malik.
Yes. And then after that, we also had Negotiator, I think, and also Malevolence. I think they were both released.
Negotiator, Malevolence.
Yeah. Oh, someone's throwing in chat, Red 5 behind Get 3, please, no. Oh, that would be
I don't
horrible.
honestly see, unless it's like you have to take it from 5 to 7 stars through the Get 3.
Yeah.
I don't see them just like straight up doing like a Hoda or Wampa situation, but I don't know if they'll do that anymore either. Because like Gas and Malik were, take them to 7-star.
That's 1100% happening.
I could see the 5 to 7 for their first ship epic confrontation.
Oh, that could be wild. That could be wild.
It could actually be really cool. They could do a pretty good cinematic with Red 5 on Death Star, trench run.
Yeah.
Like that could be all part of the event. You got to move forward through the trench, fighting off different units or whatever as you slowly lose your team,
Yeah,
that could be interesting.
Absolutely. And I think that we'll find with this type of release, Hirsch, and this is not uncommon, but when we get these sorts of releases, there's a big shake-up to guilds.
Definitely.
Especially with personnel. So I think that you'll find that, for instance, people that have been playing with their friends and have OP rosters and in a lot of cases, it's a horrible thing to say, but they're kind of carrying the majority of the guild. They're going to move on.
Their back hurts a little bit.
They're going to move on to other higher-end guilds to make sure that they don't miss out on these new rewards and these new goodies. And I think that it's been quite a while since we've had that situation, honestly, where that you're going to get some sort of a shake-up, guild-wise anyway.
So I'm thinking just one thing back on Red 5. I think it's still at least 6 months away. Being that they haven't given us a definitive date other than the new year for the TB.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure they would basically allow you to either spend your Get 3 on this nice juicy, Gear 12 plus gear, or be smart and hoard it. And then, a few months after the TB's out, that's when they drop the new event for Red 5. And it brings either of those Rebel fleets up to being... or like it brings the Rebel fleet aside from Profundity up to like rock, paper, scissors with Executor and Profundity.
Correct. So anyway, let us know in the comments below what you guys think. Is this going to shape up some guilds? Is this going to really cause some more pressure? There's been some big pressure on guilds recently with a lot of changes to the game. Datacrons has been huge, as we know. Huge shake-up for a lot of a lot of people playing the game as well as guilds. So what sort of implications will the new TB have now that it's around the corner? Is this something you're prepared for? Is it not? Are you going to go? Of course, you're going to have to go after Inquisitors pretty hard, for instance. So is that something that you're willing to do? There's quite a heavy investment in that. So yeah, let us know in the comments below. One thing that was brought up at the start of the stream, Hirsch, is that the Grand Inquisitor event is in game, but not active for another 30 days. Now,
to me, it's almost another slap in the face to the people that have sat there and farmed the Inquisitors and have been sitting there waiting for that event to come back and wait, and then they get to go look in the events tab to see it and continue to wait.
And that is just so fucking mean.
And not just wait for like 3 to 5 days, but 30 days.
Yeah, that's just mean. I mean, that is just absolutely fucking mean. It really is. That is just brutal. Anyway, it's certainly very, very disappointing. I think that it shouldn't be on the radar until a week prior at the most. I think any less than that, any more than that, I think that's just a slap in the face as well. I think that's pretty harsh. So anyway, let us know if we're reading into it too much. But yeah, if I'm sitting there, I've got all my stuff ready to go, Inquisitor style. I'm sitting there ready for Grand Inquisitor, and I see that, I'm going to be an unhappy chappy.
36 days. Sorry, I said 30 days. 36 days.
36 days. Yeah, that's just brutal. That is absolutely brutal.
Stupid.
So it's crazy stuff. Reaver. Let's talk Reaver. Let's get down to it. And it's not the sisters that you like, Hirsch. We know you're a big fan of sisters. We're aware of that. But third sister, it's better than, not quite a night sister, but hey, anything with the word sister in it, this is right down your alley. So I need to ask you about it. It'll work. It'll work. I
can close my eyes. She can still be my sister.
Okay, moving right along, Kentucky boy. All right. Okay, so how does Reva look? We got some more information. Going to be a tank. Going to chuck just a crap ton of purge out there off the rip. Of course, Underground Inquisitor going to have 6 stacks. You're going to be yeeting people straight up and revive with Hell by Hatred. So Hirsch, your thoughts, mate? Overall, do you like what you're seeing with Reva? She's going to be a pretty nasty tank.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. I was talking with a couple of guys about it. I'd imagine it's probably going to be swapping over to a double tank team, keeping what is it? Is it Ninth Sister, the real thick bitch, with Third Sister? So you would have your dual taunts there. Reva's going to taunt, and then as soon as you kill her, she's going to come back with hatred. So that means you got to kill her again, and then she's going to revive. So you have to kill Reva 3 times, plus a really thick Ninth Sister. Is going to allow that team to really sit there and just keep purging you and keep putting those debuffs on you and ramping themselves up and just knocking you out of the park.
Yeah, it's going to be it's pretty crazy stuff. But yeah, it will be, of course, Reva in the lead slot because her leader ability starts it off with the 5 stacks of purge. You can see it here on the screen. So
see, I don't know if her lead's going to be necessary if you run the double tank team. Because you're already going to be getting a lot of purge out with Grand Inquisitor, and you're just going to have 2 super thick tanks, and you're just going to ramp the team and let them do their thing.
It depends.
But I mean, it's all we'll test it. We'll figure it out. I know Hansi's going to wail on it.
Oh yeah, we'll have some fun with it for sure. But I mean, it probably comes down to whether the Hatred Revive is linked to the lead ability or not. If that's just a separate ability, probably not as important in the lead slot. But if you've got the Revive as the main part, and if that's in the lead slot. Well, I mean, you've got no choice. You're going to put that in front. I mean, that's just going to happen. So,
by the way it's worded, it sounds like it's her unique. It's just taking inspiration from her backstory. The first time she's defeated, she revives with it. It doesn't say like if she's in the leader slot, yada yada, whatever.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, yeah, look, man. I mean, I'm not disappointed. It looks pretty good. She looks pretty nasty. Looking forward to working hard through TB and trying to unlock her. So my boys are out there at VG. Get ready to rock and roll when it drops because we'll be hitting it hard and fast. Don't you worry about that. We'll be trying to get after it as quick as possible. That's for sure. Let's move on to the last point. Of course, we need to talk gear. Hirsch, gear update, phase 2 gear update, and look, let's give him kudos, okay? Because for a while there, we didn't think there was going to be any increase to the gear at all. I mean, that's what we were expecting. There was question marks as to whether they were even going to do anything else, and that was it. But, man, they've come out and they're making some changes. Now, you're a bit unsure about this, Hirsch. We were talking about this off camera before we started earlier on today, and you're a bit on the fence with these changes, which was actually quite surprising. But do you want to elaborate, Hirsch, your thoughts? Because I think you're a bit each side on this.
Yeah, I like they're basically gonna make it easier from when you unlock a character to get them through the purple close to the gold. They want you to get to gear 12 as fast as possible. And then us that we played the game for a long time, we know the fastest way to get over gear 12 to get to that gear 12 plus that right side is raids. Sith raid is the fastest way to get that left side stuff. You can get full pieces, whatever. And then, there's the pit raid, there's the heroic pit. Then you get some of the right side stuff. But that's the only places to get those. They did all these gear changes that I think are really great for getting to the gold, but so much of the game is still gated behind Relic 5. Minimum.
Yeah.
And it's awesome that you're getting people to go to gear 12, but then I'm going to have to farm gear twice as long because all of my value, if I'm going to turn it into relic material, is halved.
Yeah.
So I am getting more for these characters, but then I'm still sitting on them, waiting on them, and I can't use datacrons, and I can't really be doing much in the high-end TBs and the high-end raids. Like, they're kind of sitting there half-assed, not usable.
Yeah.
I do like them. Don't get me wrong. I think the changes are good. I just fear that, like we kind of touched on earlier, that a lot of the Gear 12 Plus stuff is going to be kind of pushed into the Get 3 store.
Yeah. It's certainly It's certainly really, really. I understand how they're certainly working on catch-up mechanics. I mean, they're working on getting new early players through as quick as possible to bring them up to speed, and that makes sense. Unfortunately, there needs to be some sort of a pinch point somewhere, in the game. I mean, that's just the way that it is. There needs to be a pinch point somewhere, and unfortunately, it looks like that the pinch point's going to be relics. And Gear 12 to Gear 13 still.
I would be really ecstatic with everything about the gear update if at the bottom of the gear update they said we're going to be reducing the amount of relic salvage it takes to get from relic 1 to relic 5.
Yeah, I'd be good with that. That makes sense. Yeah, I
just
think
a
so.
little bit, nothing drastic. Just reduce those numbers, because for goodness sakes, it's 1 to 3. You're not leaving anybody there. You're not using anybody there.
Yeah.
Why is it so difficult to get to relic 5?
Yeah, no, you're right. Absolutely. So let us know in the comments below what you guys think. We'd really, really love to hear your opinion on what you think about the gear. But Hirsch, I think that pretty well covers it, mate. I don't think there's much else to cover today. Of course, we did get. Of course,
got the new girl that's coming.
Oh, we do. Sorry,
with
yes,
Afra?
we do. Absolutely, we do. But before we do, of course, we were talking relics and stuff. But of course, there's this other thing that's also a little bit important as well along the way, and that's mods. And I know a guy if you need some help for that.
Hey, you. Yes, you. It's time to make you an offer that you just can't refuse. Pimpo's Account Services is the mod father who has helped countless players in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. You can get your account remodded or build your account to be the most successful in all game modes. He's the man when it comes to understanding mods. If you don't use Pimpo, you're gonna get whacked. If you're interested in a full account remod, hit up Pimpo today via email at pimpomodfather@gmail.com or head to Discord at Pimpo #9337. Pimpo, he'll make you an offer on your mods you can't refuse, or you'll sleep with the fishes.
All right, so go and see our boy Pimpo if you need some help with mods and bits and pieces, guys. Huge supporter of the boys here in the Night Brothers. Thank you so much for all you do, brother. Really, really appreciate it. Of course, go see him, hit him up, tell him Heinzie said, tell him Heinzie sent you, I'm sorry, and he'll charge you double. No, he won't. I pull that crap joke every single time. He'll look after you. Don't you worry about that.
It's such a bad joke, you're melting your brain.
I am. It's just horrible, but if I don't do it, I just feel like I'm not pumping it enough. Anyway, it is what it is. Let's talk Afra. Let's talk Afra, and of course, the last requirement in the event, of course, her little bunk buddy, which is pretty cool, man. Sana Staros, and man, she's getting some love from Lucasfilm soon, yeah, as well, or Marvel.
It's actually pretty cool. I saw it was just apparently announced pretty recently in the past week. She's going to be getting a Marvel comic series. It's going to be a 5-issue series. It's the second original Marvel character series other than Dr. Afra. And she's actually apparently in some sort of smuggling situation gone bad, is Han Solo's first wife.
Yeah, how's that?
So apparently, allegedly, canonically, she was married to Han Solo before Leia, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. They're bringing in something that's really current, for something that's, a pretty fan favorite to an extent with Dr. Afra. Then they had a really big fan favorite with Hondo. They brought in the 2 killer droids, which I think are really cool additions.
Yep.
So it's going to be interesting to see what this whole team kind of does together. Because obviously Afra and her girlfriend, wife, partner, whatever they are, they're obviously going to work together. They're obviously going to have synergy. It's like Han and Chewie.
Yeah.
Or they go hand in hand.
That's right.
So it's going to be really cool to see how it goes.
I like it. And I like in here, Afra's affinity for droids, see her reviving a selection of the mid-combat as well as summoning a hacked Separatist commando droid to her side in the battle. So you're getting a summon Commando
Yeah.
droid.
That's super cool.
I think so too. I'm really, really pumped
I mean,
about that.
honestly, it's been something people like a bunch of the droid fans in Swogo have been asking for a long time. Like, why can't we get one of the, commando droids from the GOTB? Well, I want to play with one of those in my Grievous team. They just they pulled one of the old gotcha, bitch.
That's exactly it. They did exactly that.
Like,
And
you thought it was, but
I know
you gotta be quicker than that.
you do. And this is the really cool bit. And this is actually something that's interesting because I had the impression that the legacy event was originally like the Star Killer event. It was going to introduce characters to buff up other teams in the past. If you remember, of course, we had, Dash who did Smugglers, and, we had, of course, Talon who did Sith, and, all the other ones that come with it, right? So this is completely different to that. Kyle-Katarn, of course, Rebels. So this is completely different because this is creating a team around it. So, the droids, of course, are in it. You're going to have Son of Staros in there as well. Maybe you would assume probably Hondo, but not necessarily because Hondo's neutral, so you don't
Hondo's a floater, man. He's going where the money is.
Yes, fact. But, that's, you've certainly got, a 4-person squad already, plus, plug in another droid, for instance.
Shut up about IG-86 already.
I'm going to keep pushing for it, man, because I can. But I tell you what, though, I think it's really, really changed my perspective on how the legacy events were kind of in my mind going to play out. I thought that they were always going to be based around buffing up existing factions, but I've been wrong on this one. I've been really wrong on this one.
And they could go kind of a back and forth thing with it. The first one was more about buffing a faction. Second one, a little more new faction independent. Third one could go back to that buffing a faction. They could just kind of see what the cycle is needed in the game, and I think it's really good to be bringing in new factions instead of just tuning some up, because it really throws a lot of variety into things. You can change up team comps, throw things together. You never know. What if you end up using them with Grievous as the 5th for some reason or something?
That could be wild. That could be wild.
Just never know.
No, absolutely. Pretty crazy stuff. Pretty excited with all this new information. When they tend to drop it all at once. It's good to have it out there. We love
it's a big load when you get Roadhead.
It is, man. Thanks, Hirsch. Thanks for joining us, mate. It's been great to have a chat with you. Our boy Lego will be back again next week. Caught up in real life with work's pretty wild, but up and about. And our boy Hirsch is going to go take care of the dog. We'll see you soon, man. Hit the follow button, guys, or the subscribe button, thumbs up, all that fun stuff. Throw in just an eggplant emoji in the reactions if you can. Just helps with some engagement. Just chuck it in there. It really, really helps us grow the channel and get the video out there. So if you can, it would be really, really awesome. We'll see you on the next one. Bye, everyone. Bye.